successful neighbors?
Well, we sincerely hope so, and I think that is a distinct possibility. Simply because we also hold a great deal of, we also recognize a great deal of potential in the new technologies in terms of course, in the economy. And the advantage that we have, that the new tech has, is that it is not like the traditional industries where you have to slowly build it up over the years. You come, you have a problem, you engage new technologies and bring it on, and you don't need to buy second-hand technology. You can buy the state-of-the-art immediately. So that's the leapfrog. Is you come from very old tech, and you go straight to the cutting edge of technology. So that, I think, that is also, I think, what South Korea was the first highly digitalized country in Asia, and followed by many of our other neighbors in ASEAN. It is a central tenet of the development strategy of ASEAN and of all the member countries in ASEAN.
What do you think are the main obstacles today that you will look at? Is it infrastructure? Is it quality of education? Is it R&D? Is it red tape? Is it taxes? Is it fiscal stability, or all about?
I guess it's again all of the above. But what the approach that the Philippines has taken is our lessons learned, the hard lessons learned from the lockdown, from the pandemic, from the height of the pandemic, where it became very, very clear where the weaknesses were. In terms, for example, we talked about agriculture, in terms of agricultural production, in terms of distribution, in terms of supply and pricing as well. The areas in infrastructure, I think we have made the commitment, and I'm confident that with that commitment, and we follow through on that commitment, that our infrastructure development will proceed apace, and that is something that we have control over, simply because these are government projects, and we are again promoting PPPs even in the especially in the infrastructure projects, because these are big ticket programs. So that is one area. The other ones, in my view, are the for example, are the systems and that we have in place, and the bureaucracy has a part to play in this, because the bureaucracy has been formed to respond to a different kind of economy and a different kind of global economy as well. So the structural changes in the bureaucracy, for example, they're quite painful changes as well. Have to be made, and that is part of it. Digitalization is going to play a large part in that process. So again, but on the plus side, when I am asked why are you so optimistic about the future, and I always say, when what we have been given is that people say we have to recover, we got into this debt hole and we have to dig ourselves out of it. I say I don't really see it the same way. What I see is that we are reforming, reshaping the global economy, and that gives us an opportunity. It's not a clean sheet of paper, but maybe half clean sheet of paper, where we can still design and draw, put down our ideas for what the global economy should look like. So, and the reason that I'm very, very optimistic and very confident of the future, and in fact, we have a sort of bet going with Madame Georgina of the IMF.
Okay.
In terms of, they predict a growth rate of 5% for the Philippines, and we said, well, our projection is 6.5%, and we're still hoping that we will be able to grow beyond that. And the reason that I'm so confident about that is because we have this workforce. We have a very, very good workforce in the Philippines. We have the youngest workforce in Asia. you might be surprised to learn that the average age of a Filipino worker is 23 and a half years old. So that is a huge demographic dividend. But demographic dividend is not paid out just as a matter of course. You have to develop. You have to develop now. But some of the concepts that we keep hearing about is upskilling and reskilling, and that's we have concentrated on. But again, the raw material in terms of our workforce is very advantageous. Our workforce is well trained. Our workforce is sophisticated, very English speaking. Quite in terms of technology, I would say that we are on equal footing as any other country. So that is where my confidence comes from, and that is the confidence that I hope to exude sufficiently to bring that confidence also to all of you and all of our potential partners in the world.
No, thank you. It's been a fascinating discussion. I guess just to round off, how many years is it since your father left office?
34, in 1986. We left the Philippines in 1986. So.
Did you expect to come back as the president of your country?
Not as president. We were in exile for 6 years, so we weren't sure if we were coming back at all, physically coming back. My father never made it back. He died in Hawaii. So that yes, that was a very trying time. Those were dark days for the family, and I dare say even for the country.
But you didn't have an ambition to become a president of your country back then.
Well, I need to explain this to people that as I was coming out of schooling, out of university, I avoided politics. I was determined not to go into politics. I said, why will I go into politics? My father has done everything in politics, and the life is difficult. And I could see the sacrifices that he had to make to get to do a good job. And I said, yeah, maybe that's not what I'm meant to be doing. But after we came back from the United States, after exile, when we were first allowed to come back, the political issue was Marcos. And for us to defend ourselves politically, somebody had to enter politics and be in the political arena, so that at least not only the legacy of my father, but even our own survival required that somebody go into politics. And so upon arrival in 91, the following election was in 92, I immediately ran for congressman in our province and House of Representatives. And, like I always say, it's not where this is. If you had asked me when I was 23, 24, 25 years old, will you enter politics? Before you finished asking the question, I've already said no. No. But, life takes you to certain, to places that you did not expect. And so once I was entrenched in the political arena, I said, well, if you're going to do this, you better do it well.
You better be president.
Well, every lieutenant wants to be a general, right? Every clerk wants to be the CEO. So I'm saying, if I'm going to be in politics, let's do the best we can and take it as far as we can take it. So we just never stop. But this is your career now. So work hard at it and do it well. Do it as the best that you can. And I was blessed that the Filipino voting population, the voters, Filipino voters. agreed with the message that we put out during the campaign and returned a very strong mandate for the presidency.
No, congratulations on that, and also thank you for sharing this with us